Hello, this is Rishkth. I'm back, finally, and I have a new video. I got a new rulebook. This is the new rulebook for Anima Tactics. A nice little Christmas present. I wanted to give a review of this, which I thought was pretty nice. Now, I've been playing Anima Tactics for a while, as Nataku inquired of me today, in fact. So I've been here with the previous rules, a little rulebook you get in the starters. And this is really, despite the size of the book, the same game. It starts off with some fluff stories. There's a three-part story which continues on through the game. Now, as I said, this is really the same game, but compared to the little rule book, this is a much better deal. They took their time with all the explanations. Instead of trying to cram everything into those few tiny little pages, you've got everything well explained out. You've got a lot more situations, and this is just a lot more robust, but it is still the exact same game system. There are a few things that changed. Better explanations here of how all the different attributes work. I don't know how well you can see the text in the video, but they've got some examples of what you can do with different size games. 100 is what most people start out with, which is a quick little game. It says rarely lasts longer than 20 minutes, to the bigger games, and what you can do with the bigger games. Number of organization advantages, number of leaders you can take, and so on, to really speed up and help you decide what size game you may want to play with a friend. I'll go through a few things. One of the things I like, they added a whole bunch of rules for dealing with three-dimensional terrain. This page here. So there's, for instance, an attack from above. This wasn't in the previous smaller rule book because it just wasn't something you took the time to do, and it didn't really deal with three-dimensional terrain. Now there are rules for making a basically jumping attack off the roof of a building onto another model. This isn't going to affect most games, but I think it's going to make it a lot more fun and interesting when it actually does. There are some new kinds of attacks, pushes and slams. These special attacks don't do any damage, but they allow you to maneuver an enemy model around into a more advantageous position, which is actually quite nice, and I look forward to playing with it. So there's some additions. There's not anything that's going to fundamentally change the way the game plays, but it's going to add a lot more tactics and possibilities and really open up what you can do with the game. So it's something I really enjoyed personally, even though my first game with the new rules isn't until this weekend. Hopefully you'll see a battle report of it. So really broadened out the rules. There's some more history. If you like the backstory of your game, this is pretty nice. If you're not into the fluff, it's easily skippable. If you're into some of the other Anima games, there's a role-playing game and a card game, you may really like this as a tie-in. There's a lot more of that also later on in the sections of how the miniatures game and all the characters tie in. There's even a page way in the back. This is the map of the Anima world. There's a page that takes the miniatures characters and tells you what level they would be in the role-playing game. Here we go. Appendix 2. I've got the role-playing game book. I've never actually played it, but I do think that's a pretty nice tie-in. It only takes up one page. This is what we have in most of the section, details of the characters. This is the Asia Alliance. It's organized by which organization they're in. You have, and this is a big new change, organization advantages. Because there's different ways of building a team. One is a side, whether you're building light or dark, and sides are open to a lot more characters. Organizations are more limited, and as they add more and more characters, that becomes more of a drawback. And so organization advantages really kind of even that up. So for instance, there's an Asia Alliance advantage which makes Prowler characters, your sneaky subterfuge fighters, cheaper. Subterfuge! Okay, excuse me. Lots of nice character. You can see they've got the stats of the character for handy reference. Even if you don't play it, this could be very nice to know what you're going up against, because unless you buy that character, you're not going to have the character card. However, if you have the rulebook, you have most of the characters. Now, a note I should have is that at this time, the rulebook is most of the characters that are out and available, but there are still some in here which are not yet out and available. Here's Maximo Ligori and all his stats. There are also some models which are out, which are supposedly part of Saga 3, so they are not in the book. But this will has most of them in here, and is very handy and nice reference. All in all, if you're really into the game, I think the book is a great buy. If you're not that into the game, you can easily stick with just a starter. The little book in the starter manual is enough to keep playing. It's still fun. The book is kind of a hefty investment. It's going to run you about $40 to $50. If you really enjoy the game, I think this is going to help you enjoy it even more. It's got beautiful, beautiful art, and it's just got more background on the game. So I hope that gives you enough information to decide whether or not you want to buy the book. And this has been a review. Hopefully you'll see a lot more videos from me coming soon in the future. Later, everyone. Bye.